So here's how I'm going to define this and how I will agree or disagree with Caleb. And that is going to be, would I put $100 on it? I don't know about you, but you may have heard the economy isn't doing great right now. So $100 is $100. It's about a quarter of a grocery bill for a family of 4. But we're not going to talk politics. So that's how I'm going to define it, Caleb. I'm curious, though, before we get into these prop bets, which include Heisman, Coach of the Year, national title, will you put money on any of these? You like them so much that you'll throw down actual cash?
Yeah, if I throw down 100 on all of these and I'll win one of them, with the exception of the top one, I would walk away with a profit. So, yeah, I love these bets. So
Okay.
I'm going all in. It's a combination, by the way. These bets are a combination of 2 things. They're all less than likely odds, but it's how good are the odds in your favor, and also how possible are these things. So,
okay,
ready for the start?
I want you to put them out there, but right now people can vote on these very bets if they would like to on our YouTube page. So let's go ahead and get it rolling at number 5, the best prop bets season long for the Vols. You start with Josh Heupel.
Josh Heupel to win Coach of the Year at plus 2,200. I think that's a really good bet, honestly. I think if Tennessee's as good as I think they will be, coaches will award him Coach of the Year, voters will award him Coach of the Year to cover themselves for not doing their proper research on Tennessee. The same way they did in 1998 when they gave Fulmer Coach of the Year, all because they didn't do their research on the roster after Peyton Manning left.
Okay, but so what does he have to do to win Coach of the Year? I guess I would ask you.
Go 11-1. Go 11-1 and have a top 5 team.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. And so the expectations are lower. So then they would, yeah, that makes perfect sense. All right. So then he doesn't have to go undefeated and win a national title. Because if somebody does that, sometimes by default, they just give it to them when maybe that wasn't the best coaching job that year. Maybe somebody had a roster full of garbage. Your next bet has to do
with
you
got to give me a Hank. You got to give me a Hank or a Tracy.
Okay. That one.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I can't go Coach of the Year because I think that he would have to win a national title. So I'm not taking
Coach of the Year at plus 2,200.
I get it. It's $100. I want you to be right. Does that help?
All right, fair enough. All right, so number 4. Come on, you got to love this one. Nico Yamaliava at plus 1,600 for the Heisman, baby. Get rich.
Already on our message board, somebody said they got a 15-1. I do love this one. I really do. It's ultimately going to be determined in November, but these odds are going to drop to about 8-1 here in a couple of weeks. So if you do think he has a chance to win the Heisman, you need to put your money down right now. All right?
Right now, guys.
All right.
As Dave said, right now.
Good one. All right, up next.
This is a shot in the dark, but I don't think so, given what happened 2 years ago. With Jalen Hyatt having won the Biletnikoff Award 2 years ago, I am shocked that Squirrel White is at plus 6,000 to win the Biletnikoff. I could have seen maybe plus 1,500, plus 2,000. But he's at plus 6,000 playing the same position Jalen Hyatt played 2 years ago.
That's crazy.
The reason I say it's crazy, I think there's a backlash. They would say that's a production of a Josh Heupel offense. We're not giving it to the same coach 2 years in a short time span.
They gave the Heisman to a Lincoln Riley quarterback 3 years in a row.
I get it. I also think Tennessee has a lot of receivers and will play more than just 3 primarily, which has been the case previously in Josh Heupel's tenure at Tennessee. All right, what's next?
Alrighty, number 2, your longest odds, but I made my prediction, so of course I would put this in a heartbeat, but plus 6,600 for Tennessee to win the national championship.
Hey now.
I would take my $100 and put it on that. I really would. I mean, to me, that's what you were arguing earlier is the odds offset it. I mean, I do understand gambling. So to me, the 6,600 or 66-1, yes. So the two I would bet on would be Nico, Heisman, given these odds, and national championship.
Okay, so there we go. And then number one, I think, okay, you want a safe bet? You want a safe bet that has a good payout? Go with plus 200. Tennessee makes the college football playoff.
I wouldn't bet 100 on that because no, I would take 100 on that. I would put 100 on that.
Yeah, go ahead and take
3. But that's more of just, I mean, that's all. It's not even money, but that's close to just making a prediction. These others are obviously more long shots, right?
Yeah, those are more long shots. This is just a prediction, but it's a prediction that should be 50-50. So like maybe minus 100, minus 110, and it's plus 200. That's what I'm saying. Go with this. Plus 200 is a hell of a deal.
Yeah. I'm curious, the other odds. Have you seen other odds, Caleb, for college football team, in particular SEC odds to make the playoffs? I wonder where Tennessee lines up on that. You can take part in our poll question that is on board. And I want to thank Nicholas for the donation to the channel. We certainly appreciate that. I started the Stallions doc last night and I fell asleep. I'm going to watch it. Nicholas, thank you for the donation. We greatly appreciate that. So Caleb, what are the odds of the other SEC teams to make the college football playoffs?
So I'm pulling those up now. I'm going to go with Bet Online, guys. And the reason is that's where they have some of the most creative future odds. So that's the biggest reason I am going with Bet Online. But for the 12-team playoff, we're looking at Georgia's minus 600. I mean, I still think that's a steal. I think they should be like minus 6,000 to make the playoff, honestly. Texas is minus 225. I wouldn't take that bet with a 10-foot pole. Ole Miss is minus 130. Guys, I would not bet anything on Ole Miss all year. If you bet on Ole Miss and you get it right, you were lucky. You didn't know anything.
Yeah. It's like we were talking about dinner last night and we couldn't decide between pizza and quesadillas. And I said, Dad, blame it. We're just flipping a coin. That's what Ole Miss is.
Yeah, total coin flip. Alabama minus 120. I think that's a little low. I think better odds for the SEC. LSU plus 125. I think that's a good bet. Missouri plus 75. They seem to know what we know, that they're a little bit low on Missouri. If you want great odds and a steal, Texas A&M plus 225. And Dave, here's a big one. Vegas really knows what we know. They have Oklahoma down at plus 450 to make the college football playoff. That's wild for a team that you think that they say is right in there with the upper echelon of playoff teams. They're only one spot below Tennessee in the rankings, and they have a plus 250 lower odds. That's wild.